Good morning, everyone. Happy Sunday. It's Courtney with your Sunshine Minute. We are having a gorgeous day in Seattle today. I am so grateful. The last 2 days have been absolutely beautiful, just what I needed. I've been doing my desk outdoors, and last night it was so cool. Someone was having a band play at their home. There must have been a big party and they were outside, so I got to sit out here and do my work and listen to a band, and I had a glass of wine, and it was so special, so unexpected and magical. So I was very grateful that I got to be part of that. So today we're talking about, it's all about vibrational energy. And this was inspired because I find myself, so I had told you I have came home to heal some relationships in my life, and I'm really discovering my next step, because right now opportunities are presenting themselves, so many things are changing, and I'm getting to the point where it's time to make some decisions on my next step forward. And I find myself constantly trying to prove myself to others that I'm worthy, to convince them to invest in me, to fight for me, situations I'm trying to make fit that just are not working. And it's just not easy. And I had to step back. I had a phone conversation yesterday, and when I got off, I was like, oh my God, I am so exhausted. And as I do, and I coach you too, I sat with that and I checked with myself and took a couple deep breaths and closed my eyes and said, what is going on here? And I feel like I am constantly trying to sell myself, to convince people that I am worthy of being in my life, that I'm enough, and that, that I am worthy. And what I realized is this is happening because we are all energy. That's what we are. And we attract people, places, things at the same energy that we put out. So the more work you do on yourself, the more you become authentically who you are, the more you raise your vibration, right? The more spiritual you are, the more grateful you are, the more happy you are. And what that does is it attracts people that are in that same energy, that are working on themselves and feel amazing about themselves and happy in the situations they're in. But what it also does is it makes the people that are not in your energy be fearful, right? So they either stand back and just watch your light and get little pieces of it and learn from what you're saying, or they keep trying to be where you're at, but keep disappointing themselves. So it's this give and pull and give and pull, or they just completely disappear because it's too much for them. And most of the time, those people, because they haven't done their work, they don't realize it's an energetic thing. And they don't realize they have a voice to really speak what's going on inside them. So I think of it as, so I'm going to go back to my story really fast. So I find myself constantly trying to make things fit, right? I'm trying to put what my wife says, a square peg in a circle hole, or I think she says just the opposite. But I'm trying to make things fit because I want something so bad, instead of just saying, it's not meant to be. Right now, where I'm at, I am happy with the person I am. And whoever is not ready to embrace who I am now and want to be part of my life, then it's not meant to be, and they're not there with me. And that's not to say that they won't be another day down the road. And I keep saying people because that's my situation right now, but I mean jobs, things, everything around you is energy. And if it's not working, stop trying to drink from a cup that is no longer full. You're not going to win. You're going to keep disappointing yourself, and you're going to keep blaming yourself. And it's like trying to drive a car with no gas. I said that last live. So I'm really hoping to inspire you guys today to really embrace where you're at in your life, and to embrace the other people and situations that are at your same energy right now, that are embracing you and open their arms and saying, come to me, I'm here for you, I want to help you, I want to be there for you, I love you, or jobs saying, yes, come this way, we want you just the way you are. Those are the things you want to put your energy into. That's so important. I always go back to the quote, rejection is protection. So many times when we get rejected, we take it personally and we try to push to make it right. And all it's telling us is, it's not for you right now, and that's okay. So there's 3 choices you have to make when a situation comes in your life that you feel like you're putting too much energy and you're trying to make something work. And that is stay in the situation you're in and exhaust yourself trying to make something work that never will. Lower your energy and meet the situation where they're at and go backwards so you can make it fit, which is not long term. We all know that. Or embrace that this just isn't for you and move on and keep growing yourself and keep being true to yourself. And if that situation decides to do the same thing you're doing and grow, you will connect one day, but not now. And it's so much easier to look at it that way. It's so much easier for me to just say, this is just energy. It's not working. It's like when you do anything, like when you eat a food and you don't like it, we don't try to force ourselves to like it and keep eating it. We say we're done with it. It's not working for us. And one day that down the road, if it's made again a different way and we like it, hey, it's a new food in our diet. But it's when we choose to like it, right? And when we're ready. But instead, if we eat something and we don't like it or our body doesn't like it, we just keep eating it. We keep suffering through it, trying to make it work. Does that make any sense to you? It's really that simple. And I really had to sit with that because I found myself doing that, just struggling to make things fit that weren't fitting. So that is my message for you today. I hope you found it helpful. If you need any more clarification or support, I am here for you. And I am super excited. I am taking a couple days off, very much needed, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, and I'm going to go spend some time with my daughter, and I'm looking forward to it. So I will not be available live on Tuesday for Happy Card Pull, but I do have something planned for you. So I will see you guys when I come back. Have a wonderful Sunday and a beautiful start to your week. And I'm going to leave you with a question. What are you holding on to, trying to make fit, that no longer serves you? I love you all. Good morning, everyone. It's Courtney with your Sunshine Minute, and it looks like Henry is here to join us right behind us. So today I would like to talk about learning to trust again. So when we are healing relationships with ourselves and with others, trust is usually something that was lost, and we think it is very daunting to gain again. And I want you to take a different look at trusting. Trusting all starts with you. We have an internal guidance that tells us to go here or go there, or to say yes or to say no, or this is good for me or this isn't good for me. And we tend not to listen to that voice. And through all the coaching I do with you guys, I am constantly saying everything starts with you. Getting to know you, who you are, what you want, and getting to know, listening to your heart and the voices in your heart that are speaking to you. So when we look back on past relationships and we lost trust in someone, if we really take a good look at it, we see that at a time in that relationship, our gut was telling us to do something different than what we did, right? We trusted in what the person was saying, even though our gut was saying no. So that is where you start. When you are trying to rebuild your relationship with another, the first thing you need to rebuild is the relationship with yourself and learning to trust your internal guidance again. So anytime someone says something or someone does something and it doesn't feel good, we tend to react. But instead, if we could just pause and take a moment to close our eyes and take 3 deep breaths and ask ourselves, what is my body telling me? What do I need to do for me? If that isn't working, go outside and get some fresh air. And I want to give a personal example of this. I am trying to build a new relationship with my wife, and we have committed to working on us again. And something came up yesterday that in my gut, when I took an act, I felt it was right for me. But after I took the act, my gut told me that this might not go so well. But instead of listening to that, I said, no, everything will be fine. They said they were fine. Everything is fine. And I ignored it. And that is the first step to learning how to trust yourself. Instead, I could have stopped and said, what is my gut telling me? Maybe it's not the right time to take this act. Maybe I just need to wait a little bit. Maybe I need to check in with the other person before I take this act. But instead, I ignored it, and I suffered the consequences of that act. So our bodies, the universe, is constantly working for us and constantly giving us signs to listen to. But we choose to ignore them because it's usually the harder road. So it goes all around being the person you want to see in the world. So it all starts with you. If you want to learn how to trust and you want people to trust you, you need to trust yourself. You need to do what you say you're going to do. You need to be dependable. When you say you're going to do something or show up somewhere, do it. Show up, not so much for the person, but for yourself, because you have integrity and because you expect the same from others. When you're with people, you need to speak kindly of other people if they're not there, right? How many times are we with a group of friends and they're talking bad about other friends? And then when they see that person, they act like it's their best friend. Well, right there, they are showing you that they don't trust themselves. So how can you trust them if they don't trust themselves? It's the small little things we see every day. It's the small little steps we take every day that we choose not to pay attention and be present, and it ends up just exploding in the end. So my guidance for you today is listen to you first before you make any decision, anything. You get a text, it doesn't sit well with you. You get an email, someone asks you to go out on a date, whatever it is, take a chance to listen to your internal guidance. You don't have to answer right away. Say, I'll get back to you. Pause. Don't respond to a text right away. Take time for yourself. Go out for a walk. Take a couple deep breaths and ask yourself, what is my body telling me to do? And I promise you, if you act on what your intuition is telling you to do, you will be thrilled with the outcome, and you are strengthening that muscle. So the more we listen to our gut and our internal guidance, the more it speaks to us, and it speaks louder and more vivid. And before you know it, you are living your life by your intuition, and that is living your life by your heart. And that is what I am passionate about. So I hope you found this helpful. Just remember, before we look to others to blame and to be upset with, first check in with yourself. Check yourself. Are you the person you want the other person to be? I have some exciting news. I don't know if you guys have seen it online yet, but I am now a matchmaker for a company called Talkify. So I am connecting others and creating happy relationships. And I am so excited about this because new love is so beautiful. And just think of that first date where we put on our best self and we tend to wear things that aren't comfortable and be someone we're not because we want that other person to like us. And I am passionate about coaching others to meet people where they're at and be their most authentic self. Because if you are your most authentic self when you start to create any relationship, then that relationship will not go wrong, and that person gets to know you and you get to know them. It is so important. So I'm so excited about this. I am your dating concierge. So if you are looking for love, please reach out to me. I am now working with Talkify. We have a huge romance Rolodex, and I find your match. So super excited about this and more to come about it. But if you have any questions, reach out to me. Have a wonderful Sunday. And remember, trusting others starts with trusting yourself. I love you all. Have a beautiful Sunday.